We're live. What's up, people? What's up, people? We're just doing a Q&A stream. Yeah, it's pretty open. Wasn't planning on doing a stream, but decided to at the last minute. So yeah, but if you're just joining, welcome. Yeah. What's up, Tony Kemp Enjoyer? Yeah, I said this earlier, but now as people are coming in, I mean, it's just an open stream. You can Q&A, whatever. Yeah, Raiders should easily beat the Cardinals. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the Chiefs pretty easily beat them. The have a chip on their shoulder. I mean, they just kind of in an embarrassing fashion lost to the Chargers. I mean, yeah, it was only a 5-point deficit, but we were dominated in that game, most of the way through. We did have a pretty solid comeback, but I wouldn't be sad. Even if we won against the Chargers, I wouldn't have been satisfied because, it was just a pretty slow game for us. Derek Carr, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can put all the blame on Carr, but he was only looking at Devontae. He wasn't looking at other targets as much as he should have. And he also was underthrowing passes, which part of that's, connected. So, yeah, I think it's pretty bad of him to do that. And I hope he can improve in the next one for sure. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think like the defense, like Chandler Jones barely made an impact. Max Crosby made a little bit of an impact, but he could have made a more, um, you know, convincing game for him as such a good player, like we usually see him to be. So I think for sure we're gonna improve. What's up? But yeah, anyways, um, I just think the Raiders they need to they need to be coached better. I mean, McDaniel's, they didn't see the best coaching. I mean, I just think it was an interesting situation. Do you think we should pay Draymond what he wants? That's a really good question. I've sort of been gone back and forth on that. I think, um, you know, for Draymond, he's a great defender. Um, and I feel like a lot of his stats are stats that you can't necessarily see on the stat sheet. Like he puts his heart and soul into the game. But I don't how much money does he want? Like 138 million or something like that? I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's definitely over 100 million. I mean, I think the Warriors need to realize that they're not going to win another championship because of the salary cap if Draymond is, requesting that much money. They have to pay Poole at some point. They're going to have to pay Wiggins pretty soon, and then you have Wiseman, who obviously is only entering his third year, but rookie contracts aren't very long. You're going to have Kaminga and Moody coming up, and then of course Klay Thompson. And so I don't think we should pay Draymond anywhere close to what he wants. I think yeah, he should get paid well, but we'll see what happens. Chargers are dominating the Chiefs currently. I didn't actually have a chance to see it. Um, I had something going on. Yeah, I mean 16-7. They're looking pretty good. I mean the Chiefs are still a very good team. And are 17-7 now. Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens. I don't know who to root for in that because I feel like Chargers are really. I mean, both teams are really good, and we don't know who's going to win the division. I mean, the Raiders. Don't get me wrong; they could still win the division, but it's not as likely because our division's so hard. Mike Williams just made an insane catch. Yeah, I just saw that. He's very good. I mean, the Chargers, Keenan Allen, I know he was hurt last game, but yeah. Jeez. Yeah, that's a good catch. Chargers are a scary team. I for the first time in my life I'm saying that. Um, they I mean, Herbert's their guy. Um, Chargers should be on paper. Yeah, they always do mess it up. They're sort of like the New Orleans Saints in that way. Like the Saints, I feel like for like in the 2010s would always mess it up or get unlucky, and the Chargers do that too. The Chargers, yeah, I mean, last year losing that stupid timeout call, and then, you know, we all know what happened the year before. They had lost so many games by like less than one touchdown. Um, Herbert's very good. He's still growing, but I think he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL currently. I think most people can agree on that. But yeah, I mean, I think the Raiders. I don't think we're going to win the division. It'd be great if we did, but it's going to be hard this year with three other teams that are really good. I don't think the Broncos, like, I know they just played one game, but I don't think the Broncos are as good as people say. Um, I feel like they're overrated. A's are losing right now. They were winning at one point. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. I'd be surprised if we don't make the playoffs. Like, I feel the same way. I mean, I think because of our division, it would make sense to not win the division. But I think making the wild card, it's like, I think the interesting thing is, we could have all four teams from our division make the playoffs. We could have three teams from our division make the playoffs. That'll probably be the case. Um, but yeah, I predicted the Raiders will win 11 games, which I think is pretty fair. I mean, we won 10 last year, and we got a better team. I think we're going to have 11 wins. So, yeah. Jeremy Garcia is on fire. He is. I mean, he showed great flashes early, in the year when he got called up, earlier in the year when he got called up. I mean, he's a really cool guy. Yeah, I think he's going to be, part of our next good wave of teams, hopefully. Um, yeah. But, I think with the A's, it's hard to be excited about good players because they're always going to get traded. But Dermis has been great, yeah, for sure. Yeah, hopefully he's on the team for Howard Terminal. Yeah, definitely. I mean, think with Howard Terminal, like, and I'm currently making a documentary about it right now. A lot of people do think that I've talked to, like, a lot of people do think the payroll will go up when they build Howard Terminal, but I just want to have like assurance. Like, I don't want to be like, um, I don't want to be there. How am I saying this? Like, I don't want there to be any doubt in my mind that the A's are going to have like a top five payroll. Like, I know they're not going to be the Yankees or whatever right away, but there's no reason for them not to be spending money, especially. I mean, obviously right now, but then of course when they have Howard Terminal, their value is going to go up with how insane that development is. It's billions of dollars. It's going to make them money. It should make them money. Um, so yeah, I mean, hopefully, not just them, but of course, like other guys too, such as Langoliers and even pitchers that aren't doing as well right now as we think. Like JP Sears, yeah, he's struggling right now. So is Waldachuk. They're still good pitchers. Yeah, yeah. I think if we have a top three pay or not top three, top 10, I think we're still going to be a very deep contender. Um, I just think considering the intelligence of Billy Bean, like I hope Billy Bean can stay as long as he can, because I mean he's the reason we've made the playoffs. Like you can hate on Billy Bean all you want, but he's made the playoffs with a team with hardly any resources, except for scouting. And I mean, let's be honest, the A's minor league system, yeah, it's good right now. It hasn't always been good. Um, so I think we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm optimistic about Howard Terminal. I know people say like, oh, the A's are moving to Las Vegas, and then people in Oakland disagree. And I feel like there's, um, I feel like there's a big range of opinions on it. But I'll just tell you this right now. Las Vegas, there's no progress there. There is progress in Oakland. I mean, we're going to get a binding vote soon, hopefully. And I mean, I'm making a documentary on this. I've talked to people. I've talked to a lot of people that are involved, and it's been a lot of optimism. It's not been, questionable really. I think a lot of people are, very confident for this stadium, and I definitely am. So yeah, he's done all he can. I mean, yeah, you can't ask for any more. I mean, yeah, it's definitely like the type of thing where yeah, he hasn't, his schemes haven't won us World Series, but you can't really expect that from him because he can only do so much with the resources. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely been big for us. Guys, just a reminder, go follow. I made a new Instagram account for my channel. It's just at A's Raiders Dub Sharks on Instagram. I'm not trying to like plug it or anything, but uh, you know, you'll get more behind the scenes stuff. I know vlogs haven't come out at the frequency I wanted because I've been busy, but yeah, go follow that because I kind of post stuff while I'm at events and whatnot. That I put it's actually in the description of the stream, I think, the link, but if it isn't, go follow. Thank you for the follow, Tony Kemp Enjoyer. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think hopefully the A's can just get through this rebuild and then be back to where contention is. What's up, Untouchable Raider? Alex, thank you for the follow. I see that. I'm following everyone back too. I'll follow everyone back. I just want, you know, um, sort of an account for because YouTube. It's like yeah, I can upload every day, but it's like I can't upload as all the time. So Chiefs losing, yeah, I saw that. I mean, I don't know who to root for in that. I think it's the type of thing where it's like, both teams we kind of have to dislike right now. And both teams are competitive in this division race, and we are too. So it's like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Who you got in the World Series? I mean, if you asked me that question like a month ago, I probably would have said the Yankees, but the Yankees have been really like inconsistent. Um, I don't know. I feel like the Astros have a really good chance. I mean, I think they're the best team in the American League, but I think the Dodgers are probably going to win it. Um, yeah, the Dodgers are really, really good. I know after what happened last year, they've gotten better. Um, what jersey was your biggest waste of money? I actually have a video on that. There's three. Um, I can tell you though. Uh, I mean, I'll put the link here if you want to actually watch it. But let me see. Let me actually put the link, Alex, in the thing. Yeah, that's the video. But basically, I regret buying. There's three, so um, I regret buying a Henry Ruggs jersey, and I bought it like the week he got drafted because I would draft. I had this like mini tradition where I would buy the first round draft pick. I bought a Josh Jacobs jersey the year before. I have a Jonathan Abram jersey. Like I had, first round draft picks, and then so I bought Henry Ruggs, and so that one I regret. And then I regret buying a Mike Fiers jersey, even though he was good for the A's. I bought it when sort of the end of his A's career, and I didn't know he was going to leave. And then the last one, I bought a D'Angelo Russell Warriors jersey, and we all know what happened with that. He got traded, but it was a good trade for us, so it sort of isn't super negative. But that was my biggest waste of money. I've got Dodgers, Astros, Dodgers in 6. Yeah, it's fair for sure. What's up, Jonathan? Welcome. All right, thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm following everyone back on Instagram. Just go follow A's Raiders. It's the same name as the channel, obviously. Just no apostrophe because you can't do that in a name. But yeah, I'm gonna be posting like I mean I have been already, but I'm gonna be posting like photos from events and videos from events. It's just doing vlogs. Yeah, they're fun and whatnot, and I've made a lot of them, but they take a lot of work and it's been busy. But yeah, I posted my autographed baseball card collection there. Like there's some interesting stuff. Um, Sharks' new uniforms are pretty cool, I must say. I know they were leaked. If you're, I mean, I know Sharks fans aren't as there's aren't as many as probably other people watching that are probably like Raiders fans and A's fans and whatnot. But Sharks new uniforms are pretty sick. Oh, Jonathan, yeah, it's actually a good point. So, yeah, I haven't like officially announced this yet, but I'm making a documentary right now. It's not going to be mini. It's going to be a lot longer probably, and hopefully that's positive for you. Hopefully you like watching longer ones because it's going to be pretty long. I'm making a documentary about what the A's like mean to Oakland and then like, Howard Terminal. We're in a pivotal stage right now with Howard Terminal. And so I thought, I'm gonna make a documentary. Yeah, it's being made right. I'm in the process of making it right now. I'm interviewing Brody Brazil this week. I'm interviewing Dallas Braden next week. I just interviewed Casey Pratt, the ABC newscaster. I interviewed Gamer Athletics. Um, the YouTuber. I interviewed Hal the Hot Dog Guy. Who else? I interviewed right field Will, who's a member of Dive Bar, I'm pretty sure. Um, and I interviewed an usher from. So that's like I'm gonna have what 7 interviews, and I have 5 of them done. So yeah, I'm talking with Brody right now. I think we're gonna do it tomorrow. So this documentary it probably won't come out for a couple months. I mean, I still have to storyboard it. It's a long process. It's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of work. So yeah, I mean, just be on the lookout for that. The Raiders one I made was, it was shorter, but there wasn't as much to talk about, so it was sort of, yeah. But I appreciate you bringing that up, because I know I alluded to it earlier, but yeah, I want to have diehard fans on there. I mean, Gamer Athletics, he has a channel with 2,000 subscribers, which he does game vlogs. Right field Will has been an A's right field bleacher guy for over a decade at least. And I have an usher, of course, and then Brody Brazil. We all know Brody Brazil, and then Dallas Braden agreed. I mean, we haven't put a date on the calendar of when we're doing it, but Dallas Braden, I mean, huge in the A's community. Only played a couple years in MLB, but he's been vocal about the stadiums, and he's a more or less local guy too. So, yeah, and then of course Casey Pratt for sure. But yeah, I mean, be on the lookout for that. I'm not gonna like do any spoilers of like what it's called or anything yet. Um, but be on the lookout. It'll probably come out end of 2022 at the latest. That's the goal right now. But it's in the process. But yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel about? I guess I mean, not many people in here, but how do you guys feel about the Sharks' new uniforms? I know that's sort of yeah, no, it's a thing that's sort of controversial, right? I mean, yeah, the jerseys aren't much different, but the Sharks have sort of been a pioneer with their uniforms, right? They're first team to have teal in NHL, and they're, when they make changes, it's really interesting. So what's up, Bay Area throwbacks? Yeah, they're cool and like that's what I'm saying. Like I know people like the orange a lot, but I think the orange is sort of like it sort of like diverted your attention away from the teal. Um, what's up, Bay Area throwbacks? It's a sick name for a channel. I love throwback things. Um, Merch. Yeah, I mean I think the Sharks had like even before um they made the change. I felt like they had great uniforms. So yeah, I mean I think there's they're gonna have a reverse retro too. I mean, it's not like they're keeping it simple like that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is a mix. Like the striping is sort of like the vintage Sharks look, with the obviously current logo. And I mean the teal, it's pretty much the same teal they've had recently, but it pops more with the black and white. So I really like them. I was at the jersey reveal. I know I've already said that. I was at the jersey reveal. I got to see, two of the best Sharks players skate out with them in the new arena. So in San Jose, so it was really cool. It's weird the A's were on Fox. Yeah, it is weird they were on Fox. I mean, I'm guessing that was for the Astros purposes and not the A's, but we'll take it. But yeah, guys, I actually got, and this might sound funny, I got 2 new A's jerseys. I got Nick Allen and Sky Bolt, and you might be asking, why would you get them? They're, nobodies. It's for the autographs, guys. Yeah, it's for the autographs. I'm an Oakland A's fan, but I don't like the Raiders. I like the Chargers. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of A's fans that don't like the Raiders. There's a lot of A's Niners fans. There's a lot of A's. I honestly, California is just weird like that. You have a lot of teams. You have a lot of different like fandoms. Oh yeah, there's college football on Saturday. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean Nick Allen, like I got his jersey. I'll be honest, like he's fun to watch. He's a great defender. His hitting could be better, but like he's always autographing for everybody. I have a signed photo by him. I have a signed card. He's always autographing. So I thought, I'll actually grab it. I was like, why not get the jersey? One sec, guys. There's Nick Allen, and then the best name in all of sports, Skybolt. You can't tell me otherwise. Can't blame me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of A's fans don't like the Raiders because you know what? I actually have a video on that too. Hold on a sec, guys. Oh, I forget what it's called. I made a video about that exact subject. It was a long time ago, though. It had to be at least a year ago. I made a video literally. I'm trying to find it. I forget what I called it, but yeah, it was on that exact topic. Like I sort of went into the reasons why that's the reason. Like, you look at cities like, I don't know, Boston, like everyone likes the Patriots and Red Sox, right? Like, I mean, not everybody, literally, but almost everybody. I can't find it, but if you scroll down far enough, you might find it. Anyways, to sum it up, like Ace fans are different than Raiders fans, and a lot of like that's obvious. That's obvious, right? Like Raiders fans kind of have the negative stereotype of being like rowdy and crazy, and Ace fans are more like down to earth. But also like in Oakland, like NFL just sort of declined over time, and I know it's kind of how it is with the A's, but the Raiders attendance was low too at one point, or at a lot of points, not just one point. And so the Raiders, their ownership sort of pissed off Oakland fans a lot, and I don't blame Oakland fans. I mean, yeah, it made me upset at times too. Mark Davis has sort of, had this like negative perception of Oakland, and Oakland has had a negative perception of him, and so it was sort of this mutual disrespect. Channel got me into the A's history. I'm glad. I mean, in culture, even though I'm a Padres fan, I'm glad. I mean, that's the goal, right? I mean, there's people that don't like the A's that still watch. There's people that with the other teams too that don't like the Raiders. It's just if you like sports, it's like it's a good place to watch. And I'm I talk about the A's and whatnot, but of course I'm always open minded for other teams too, to an extent. So yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to find that video. It's literally the like very similar topic to what you just brought up. About how there's a lot of diversity with fans in terms of who they like. Just got a Kelly Green jersey recently. Authentic 2018 Shamanai with the 50-year patch. That's a nice one, yeah. I mean, that was the year he threw the no-hitter. Definitely a lot different as both Raiders and A's fan. Definitely. What's happening with the Howard Terminal Stadium? I heard an important vote happened a while ago, but I don't know if anything is actually going ahead. No, I know. Yeah, definitely. Like it is going ahead right now. I know it's you're not hearing much about it, and that's because for one, the city council was taking a break. They're on summer break, right? So they weren't attentive, in the moment. But the A's behind the scenes were doing things. Now there was a roadblock not recently, but a little while ago, and it was the fact that um, there was lawsuits against Howard Terminal, like multiple lawsuits. Now, as of a couple, maybe last week, there those lawsuits have been dropped. So yeah, the A's are moving forward with this plan. Once we have a binding vote, I mean, we can relax a little bit, assuming that binding vote goes well, which I think it will. So yeah, that's sort of the progress with it. You don't hear much about it because there's a lot of negative press about the Howard Terminal project. So and that negative press is bias and it's ignorance, but stuff is happening. I can guarantee you stuff is happening right now behind the scenes. Money is being spent on the project. It's just a matter of when. And I agree. I think this project is taking too long. But it's very hard to build, on the water. It's very hard to build in Oakland. We know that's true. That's what my documentary is about. Like I'm making a documentary that might be over an hour about this exact topic. Why is it such a struggle? How come the Atlanta Braves can get a stadium built, seamlessly? Other teams too, more so in the Midwest, can get stadiums built seamlessly, almost effortlessly. Sorry, and the A's, it's taken them decades. It doesn't make sense. Yep, Padres and A's are connected in a lot of ways. I miss Bob Melvin. I miss Mania Profar. Are those the only ones? Yeah, I think so. They. I mean, I think Bob Melvin was an awesome guy. I really miss him. It's hard seeing him wear brown and gold instead of green and gold, but Mark Kotze is good too. I like Mark Kotze. I think been given a team that doesn't have the talent that Bob Melvin had, and so of course he's not going to be as good as we expect yet. But he'll grow. He'll get better. Um, yeah, I'm trying to find that video. It's somewhere here. It was a long time ago. It was like somewhere in like mid 2021. I made it. But whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, I hope we get Howard Terminal too. I look, guys, like I know it's like there's not a lot of coverage on it, but I'm here to say like it's nothing to worry about right now. Like nothing is happening in Vegas, and that's like their backup plan. Like if nothing's happening with the backup plan, it's safe to say they're not going to move. Now, okay, if Howard Terminal falls through, then yeah, I'd be worried, but it's far from that right now. It's progressive right now. It's it's something that we can, sort of be confident about being built. It's taking forever. And that's kind of annoying in my opinion. Like it should be, I get that it's going to take a while to be built, but it should be built faster in my opinion. It's taking too long. I'm a Giants fan, but I was been second team from 2001. My dad takes the Coliseum. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Zito and Burns, great guys. I went to the Moneyball team reunion game. That was really cool. I also went to the Dave Stewart jersey retirement. That was really cool. All those guys, it's cool for them to come back, even with the way the team is this year, with sort of just the depressing vibe to it. Like it's really cool that those guys came back and cheered on the A's and cheered on like their former teammates, especially Dave Stewart. Like it was so cool seeing him get his number retired and the free jersey giveaway as well. Um, yeah, I mean, that was probably our best stadium giveaway in a while. The A stadium giveaways this year have been pretty bad. Um, they're very bad, actually. I miss Marcus Simeon from the Bay Area. Yeah, yeah, he went to Cal. I mean, he's a local guy. He trained in Berkeley. He trained in Oakland. I think he still lives. I think he still has a house in this area. I assume, but yeah, I mean, he's a really cool guy. Never got to meet him ever. I wish I did, but you know, he's pretty good. I mean, obviously he's not as good as he was last year. I feel like last year for him was sort of a fluke. Because he's good this year, but he's not as good as he's getting paid. But I do miss him, like no doubt about it. We needed to give him that qualifying offer, and we didn't do it. So it hurts a little bit to see him go and flourish with the Blue Jays, and then of course sign a huge deal with the Rangers. So hopefully when I go back to Oakland, I can attend a game. I want to get authentic. Yeah, they do have you can get any name on the jersey there. They have a pretty good system. I think I've bought in like 1 or 2 jerseys at the Coliseum. I mean, they're kind of expensive there, but you, like, can see it in person. They also had a sale, 50% off Nike merchandise. I don't know if that sale is still going on, but I got a Giambi jersey, not a jersey, but a jersey there for, like, half off, and it was really, really cool. So, yeah, they have sometimes good sales there at the store. But the store, like, the lack of, like, updated merchandise is sort of annoying sometimes. They don't update it very frequently. Have you checked out if the game used store at A Stadium has? I have checked that out, and I think they do. Um, I think they do have it. I'm pretty sure they sell the patches individually, so you could always, put them on yourself conceivably. But yeah, I think they definitely do have them. I think. I mean, don't take my word on it, but they they have a lot of good stuff there. It's expensive. I wanted to get. They had a Jonah Bride nameplate for his locker room, and like I'm a pretty big Jonah Bride fan. I have his minor league jersey signed. I have a picture of him signed. Like, and you might be asking, like, why are you a big Jonah Bride fan? I've been watching him since he got like I'm a pretty big fan of the A's minor league system. I'm literally wearing a Lansing Lugnuts sweatshirt right now. Like, I watch the minor leagues. I don't watch full games, but I pay attention to it almost as much as I pay attention to the big leagues because that's the future, right? Like I was watching guys like Chappie and Olsen when they were in the minors, and that's how I was with the current A's team. I was watching um, Jonah Bride when he was with the Midland Rockhounds, and then I wanted to get a Midland Rockhounds jersey because they rebranded, and I got a Jonah Bride one, and then I got it signed by him. So, you know, they have good game use stuff there. They had a Jonah Bride nameplate. It was like $40 though, so I didn't get it. Um, yeah, but they have a lot of good stuff there. They have balls, bats. They have stuff from like the Dave Stewart retirement. They have the 20th anniversary of the Moneyball team stuff there. Like they have some cool merchandise from like cool game day events and whatnot. So I really recommend checking that out. But I don't think I've ever bought anything from there because stuff is expensive. But I mean, the Coliseum, like, it's definitely bad, but like there is some cool elements of it that like are pretty unique. And I think that's one of them. And they also kind of have that if you ever go to a Sharks game, like they have at least at the new Tech CU Arena for the Barracuda, they have like game used jerseys that you can buy. And like, yeah, I probably would never do that, but I mean, if you're into that, like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely agree, Leon. I mean, the worst thing is seeing the players leave, and it's like they want to stay. In a lot of cases, they want to stay. Um, I doubt that Simeon wanted to leave the place where he grew up and went to college for Toronto, right? Like, the A's were good with a lot of these great players. They weren't, yeah, they missed the playoffs in 2021, but they weren't, they weren't like bad by any means. I mean, they choked a lot of games, um, and they were a good team. It's just that was flooded with bad luck, injuries, and I think the A's, needed to keep those guys. I know, they were expecting to have a down year the year after, but I feel like it's just no excuse to get rid of these guys. It's really hard to see them go for the fans. You buy jerseys, you can't ever trust a player to stay. It's really hard as a fan. Yeah. Let's see here. I love the game used, team used jerseys at the stores. Big name player. Yeah, you can actually get them cheaper. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of like being able to wear it like a jersey. And I feel like if I had a game used jersey, I wouldn't want to wear it, um, because you know it's game used. Like I feel like I would just want to keep it on a shelf. But then again, it is a jersey. You should be able to wear it. So it's sort of different for everybody. Um, let's see. Yeah, the game used Sharks jerseys are sick though. Like I went yesterday to the new arena and they have them there. Um, And like you said, like they're not super expensive. Like they're, I don't know, like $300 for a game used jersey of like a nobody. But like still for a game used jersey, like when the real one's $180, it's not that bad, in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it. Yeah, the 2021 second half was rough. Yeah, I mean, Lou Trevino was a big problem for us, his pitching. But then also, like, I remember there were games where, like, we would just lose by 1 run, and it was like, come on, you just got to get that 1 run. Like, there were series we would lose, and, like, every game would be decided by 1 run. And it was just, like, really annoying as a fan, really frustrating. I remember we won, like, 13 games in a row last year. And at that point, I was in the first half of the season, and I was like, damn, we're a contender. And then, yeah, we blew it. So, but I think with the A's, it's like, you can dwell on the past. It's like you just got to focus on the future now. As much as it sucks to say goodbye to Olsen, Chapman, all those. I mean, I could go on the list. I looked at the list of the guys they lost after this year. It's like as long as a CVS receipt. It's like Diekman, Montas. Well, I guess he was at the trade deadline, but Manaea, Diekman, Manaea, Chapman, Olsen, of course. And now, like midseason, like yeah, they weren't guys like Jed Lowry and Piscotty were like underperforming, but they still were fan favorites. And I'm gonna miss Piscotty. I have a Piscotty jersey as well that I paid good money for, so kind of sucks for me. But it is what it is. But yeah, this year's been interesting. Like Elvis Andrus, didn't expect him to get cut. I mean, he was one of our better hitters, and I'm not saying it was a bad decision, considering that, I mean, we sort of like replaced him with youth. Jonah Bride, not the best player. He's pretty good in the middle infield. Nick Allen's pretty good. V-Mile Machine, he's played in the middle infield a couple times. He's mostly a third baseman. Sheldon Noisy. These guys are all younger than Elvis Andrus significantly. So, yeah, you can say what you want to say about Andrus. He is hitting good against the A's, like in that White Sox A's series last week or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, he just was not happy here in his final months as an Athletic. And you can't blame him. You really can't. Marte too. Yeah, man, I don't know where that, like, it was crazy how, like, yeah, with Miami, he was good, but he was, he was good, but he was like more average, right? And then he comes to the A's and he's like, this change of scenery, he's helps him so much. Like he's hitting crazy. And then now he's with the Mets. He was an all-star this year. I mean, I really do miss Marte. I went to a Dodgers Mets game this year, had the opportunity to sort of sit in where he was playing in right field, and he was really friendly to the Mets fans, and I was wearing A's stuff, and he acknowledged it. It was really cool. So yeah, I mean, Marte, you said it, like he was one of my favorite players as well. Great defender. I mean, for his age, he had experience. Yeah. Oh wait, I think I figured out what the name of that video. If you guys remember, I brought up the video about how A's fans and Raiders fans are different. Even though Harrison, yeah, Harrison too. Harrison J. Hay was really, really good and Yan Gomes too. Like, Yan Gomes was really good, and I guess he had to compete with Murphy, and that was hard for him as well. That's the thing with the A's; they have a lot of good catchers and not enough spots. Okay, here I'm gonna put it in the chat. This is the video I brought it up earlier about why A's fans and Raiders fans are different. Like, why has there been a divide? I made it was about a year ago, so let me know your thoughts if you want to see that. I don't dislike Elvis, but he wasn't good for us when we traded for him. Yeah, I mean, initially he wasn't good, right? Like, we traded him and we got rid of a fan favorite in Chris Davis, and we also traded Jonah Heim. But then, I mean, this year he was pretty good. He was pretty consistent, but of course he was not playing he just wasn't playing much because the A's gave more starts to other guys. Um, I don't dislike Elvis either. I think he's very respectable what he did in Texas for so long, and even with the A's, a short stint, he was still a mentor to younger guys. Um, so I don't blame him, but at the same time, he wasn't always very good. Yeah, Elvis was clutch. I mean, I think people forget he was, one of our better hitters in the first half. He was hitting, man, there would be games we'd lose pretty badly, but he was like making an impact in the little scoring we had. So back in 2019, I felt the team was building towards a World Series and sat. Yeah, I mean 2019, also 2020. I think 2019, I was like I'll be like I went to that wild card game, right? And I thought the A's were a World Series contender for sure. Manaya is our ace, Fires is our second ace, and then we have Liam Hendricks, who became a really good closer. And then the bullpen was pretty good and they blew it. And so I was optimistic about AJ Puck and Luzardo, and then that didn't really work out. Yeah, I was at that wild card game. Like I said, that was not fun. I mean, it was fun from a fan standpoint, but not from how the game went. Thoughts on the rumors of Tropicana getting knocked down and the A's relocating that site on the Strip? I mean, I haven't heard anything about Las Vegas recently. I don't think there's really any progress being made. To your point, like the fact that a site's getting shut down or like shot down essentially from being considered is pretty negative in the process. I think if Vegas really doesn't even really want the A's, and if they can't even really decide on a site, it's been like over a year at this point of searching. So I think it's pretty ridiculous. I draw my phone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really take the Vegas thing seriously. If you had to ask me. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon, guys. It's been a decent amount of time here, but sort of just drop your last questions. Um, yeah, Howard Terminal would be ideal. I mean, I know a lot of people are confused about the progress, but it's definitely, I promise you, it's definitely there. Yeah, YouTube area throwbacks, appreciate that. Like progress is being made behind the scenes. I can from people I've talked to, I can just rest assured it's gonna work out. It might not seem like it at all times, especially when Cavill is visiting other places and sort of not taking Oakland seriously. Sometimes I can promise you, it's a leverage play. It's all working out the way we think it is. Um, I mean, I can't guarantee anything ever with the stadiums, but it's just that's the way it is. Yeah, thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate it. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I'll talk about the A's later tonight when the game. Actually, I think the game's almost over. If it's not over, yeah, it's the ninth inning. But I'll see you guys later, and peace out, guys.